What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Back at it one more time. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. It's almost Friday. The weekend is almost here. It's time to start looking for some more figures. Lots to talk about in this episode, but let's say what's up to everybody here in the chat. 80s kid from the 90s. What's going on, man? I'm going to go into the question. I don't want to forget anybody's stuff, but I posed the question, what are your most wanted and all your favorite figure lines? So I'm going to cue you guys up. So don't put them in the chat right now. I'm going to get to them in a second. James Green, what's up, man? How you doing? And Kedron, I'm going to get to your choices, so I did not forget. I'm just going to cue them up in a second. Afton Child, what's going on? JT the Grinds in the building. What's up? Jericho Savage. Ooh, yeah. What's up? Ryan, what's going on, man? All right, so let's see here. There's a lot of stuff, as always, that came down on the pike. Before I get started or go too far into this episode, I feel like I haven't done this in a second. So I want to make sure to thank all of you all who are supporting the channel, whether you're commenting in the chat, especially you guys who are supporting the channel financially. It means so much. And I just want to thank you all, everybody who watches, and just thank you. It does mean a lot. And hopefully you'll start seeing some big improvements to the channel as we proceed. So that said, let's see what's up. Miguel Perez is in the building. What's going on, Miguel? All right. So I had a question, and I want to make sure that I have a guy who commented on this because this is a really great question. And I wanted to make sure that I posed it to you all because I felt like, hey, this is something that we can all talk about and discuss. So let's see here. I have this, of course. As with everything, you want to put it together and then bam, I can't find it. But let's see here. I can pull it up real fast. So the question that was posed, I'll have to track down who said it later. But the question was asked, would you guys like to see Marvel Legends adapt what WWE or Mattel is doing with this WWE line? Essentially what they do is they started this Legends re-release program called Greatest Hits. So if you've missed out on an Elite figure, like a Harley Race or Batista in his blue gear, would you like to see them in Marvel Legends? And this poster was like, hey, I think this would be a great idea. And I was like, that's an awesome idea because that's something that would really work, especially for those really hard to find, those really expensive Marvel Legend figures, or basically any other line. I think Star Wars Black does a pretty good job with his archive series, although some of the choices are kind of weird. It's like, you just released a Bo-Katan. She doesn't need to be an archive figure. But would you guys like to see something like that from Marvel Legends where, hey, it's really hard to get silk? And I know they've done some of this with 2-packs. They made a couple tweaks here and there. But what about just getting the exact same figure that, say, if you started collecting line in 2020? Here's a great example. The Dark Phoenix with Cyclops with that really cool shading. That figure is so expensive now. I know they just released Dark Phoenix again, kind of tweaked the articulation, but would you like to see those figures, those hard to find ones, put back into circulation under a banner, Greatest Hits, Lost Legends, something like that, where you can get another crack at figures you might have missed? Matthew, what's going on? Jericho Savage got the Firefly off Hasbro Pulse, already sold out there. Not at all surprising. Kidger, have Mattel done figures with Chris Candido and Tammy Lynn? Yeah, I learned about them on Dark Side of the Ring. They absolutely have not been done from Mattel. Jax did. I want to say both of them. Sonny got a couple, more than a couple figures. But I think our best bet for Candido and Tammy Lynn or Sonny is from maybe Jazzwares if they get a hold of them. Power Town's another option. Fortunately, it's not just up to Mattel in terms of what wrestling figures, or more specifically WWE, what figures come out in the wrestling world. There are lots of options to get them. So I'd love to see them because I want to get a full triple threat. Bam Bam Bigelow, Shane Douglas, Chris Candido, throwing it up, beating down everybody in ECW. I'd love to see those. So hopefully we do get figures. Matthew, they won't re-release the Captain Rex and Black series. They really do. I mean, I wanted Captain Rex. I missed one. You know, he's a perfect example. He's a character that I did not get. So he's one, 000, all of, Dr. Aphra's droids. Those are ones that I was like, oh, maybe I should get back in the Black series. Didn't, and it's super sold out and so expensive. Mage TVP TB. Respect from Nashville, Tennessee. I can't believe I'm catching your live stream. I'm catching up on the I'll catch up on the replay though. All right. So you'd definitely love to see that. All right, Jericho Savage, I'm with you. And Kidder says that's actually a good idea for Marvel because one of the ones I want is the Spider-Man 2099 Marvel Legends original one, expensive. The Spider-Man retro card one is expensive as well. Yeah, it's funny how stuff like immediately picks up and it gets super expensive all over again. James Green says, yes, I would buy because I missed out on the Bishop and Black Silver Surfer figures. All right, cool. All right, let's see here. So you guys want to dive into this most wanted. All right, so I put out the homework assignment, if you will. Who are your most wanted? And for me, so many characters that I've wanted from the Avengers have really been starting to get knocked off with this Beyond Earth's Mightiest setup, where it's like, oh wow, you're finally getting to this figure I want. Oh cool, more Inhumans are coming. Awesome. Let me see if I can pull them off here on the table. There we go. So I was really happy to get Wonder Man. There we go. So excited finally to get him in the Safari jacket look. So I was hyped and seeing him and finally have him in my collection. He's one of my few 2023 Marvel Legends that I've actually opened. So I was really excited to get him. But yeah, for sure. 80s Kids from the 90s says smash the like button. I mean, if you you're really fired up, smash it. But just hitting it's fine for me too. All right, so let's see here. Before I get into that, I want to talk about some of these new releases that our guy Todd McFarlane's put out because I think these are some very interesting releases and definitely need to talk about them right now. So first up is the Action Comics #1 Superman, and I'm not quite sure what he was doing, what he was thinking with this one. He really loves that hush body, and I'm just not a big fan of it because I don't think it really reflects how Superman looks, and there's some weird paneling, and this logo is certainly the classic old school Superman logo. I love this head sculpt though. That's probably the best one we've seen so far from McFarlane with a Superman figure. It's really good. It looks stern. Doesn't look too mean though, and he looks serious as opposed to that goofy, dumpy one that he has in that 3-pack with Atomica and Ultraman. So that's the first one we got here. Looks all right, pretty decent, but this one is the figure I was most excited about ever since we saw that Dread Lantern reveal. It's Green Lantern, Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern. And this is great. Pairing him up with Jay Garrick. We got 2 members of the Justice Society. Need a whole lot more, but I really like this head sculpt. See the little paint detail, the wash in the sculpt. He looks focused. I mean, I love this attire. It's always been one of my favorite Golden Age looks. Really clean outfit. Shows you exactly who the character is. It looks awesome. The next up is a re-release of a 2-pack figure. This is Blue Beetle. It's basically the exact same figure as the one that came in the 2-pack with Booster Gold. If you were fortunate, if you were lucky, you could get him for $20 in the 2-pack when Target was clearancing these guys out. But the only problem is they didn't fix the major issue, which was these goggles. I would have bought this figure all over again if we could see his eyes, like in this picture right here. I don't understand why Todd keeps doing that. It's like, come on, dude. Make it like, I mean, the reference photo's right here. And I understand why he didn't do it, because this would have been a perfect opportunity to double dip, to make people like me decide, oh, I got to get this version because this is the one I wanted all along. And then finally, this is from the new Batman Inc. arc before it was a solo title. I think this is a really cool figure. Abyss is a kind of a right here, right now character, but that design is great. It's definitely McFarlane at his best, doing something new, kind of coming up with something cool, and it really, really looks good. All right, so let's see what you guys got to say about all of that. James Green, I like the Target 2-pack with Doomsday. It is a pretty cool set, and I'm still not loving the Superman. I feel like he could do a better job, and I'm trying to give him credit because I know when he does a great sculpt, he can really knock it out, but I'm not quite feeling how that turned out in terms of Superman. Doomsday looks awesome, but even more awesome is that price tag, because whatever reason, he's just not like trying to gas us on these prices for figures, and it's really, really helpful. All right, and it's funny because I thought I pulled up the Doomsday version, but it's the Batman on whatever that metal version of Doomsday was. So let's see if I can pull up. There we go. It's a really nice looking Doomsday for sure. And there we go. He looks really good. I mean, all this detail in that sculpt, that's crazy. And just an awesome, awesome looking Doomsday. And then the Superman's okay. He's got the tattered cape, but I still don't love that use of that body. I don't think it's the best version of Superman. This Hush one's a little too janky, a little too stilted. Looks makes him look a little stubby. But Doomsday, real winner of this set. And he's a mega fig. He's mega fig size. That explains the $59.99 price tag, but that's not terrible, all things considered. I think that's a really nice two pack. Like to see more of those coming down the road. TJ Singh, hopefully I said your last name correctly. Hey, buddy, namaste from the other side of the world. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. That Superman just doesn't look classic Superman. It looks more modern. Doesn't scream Action Comics 1938. Have they done Batman Detective Comics first appearance? That would be a no-brainer figure of Bat, which is weird. He hasn't done that one yet, but I agree. Since McFarlane loves cranking out so many Batman variants, I'm surprised that he hasn't done that one yet either. Yeah, I feel like there's so much that's just off with it. It's like a modern Superman with an old school Superman paint job, which is not what we needed or wanted. 80s kids from the 90s. Blue Beetle looks cool. He does. It's just the fact that we should see his eyes. This is just really random and really rare to have a case where Blue Beetle in the comics is shown with the glasses where you can't see his eyes and the goggles where you can't see his eyes. Kwame, what's going on? I just can't buy this line. I don't know why. It just feels off. I think he's very hit or miss. Like some figures are awesome, and then some are like, Todd, what are you doing? But I agree, there's some where it's just I can understand why if you're seeing the bad ones, and sometimes the bad certainly outweigh the good, but he does have really great figures when he puts his mind to it. That Nightfall Batman that's coming out looks great. The Steel is another one that looks awesome. So when he's focused, I mean, that Doomsday I think looks really good too. So he can do really great figures. I'm kind of wondering now if that Mayfex Superman that we got from the Hush line would actually pair off pretty nice with this Doomsday. Or maybe it's too big, but I think that'd be a fun figure to put in there. Miguel, I'm with you. I'm hoping McFarlane will release classic Aquaman with the short blonde hair as well as classic Wonder Woman. Yes, I don't know why it's taking so long for her. Also, Hal Jordan's Singer figure is Green Lantern, not Parallax. Yeah, we got some work to do with those. I'm just waiting for him to get to some of these figures because they are long, long, long overdue. 80s kid from the 90s. I'm hoping we get pre-order updates for Hush Superman. McFarlane. Yeah, I don't get it. It's been a long time, but yeah. Daniel, what's going on? I'm doing awesome. I want that Alan Scott. Yeah. The Doomsday 2-pack is a fair price. Yeah, because you figure they charge $40 for the mega figs, and then Superman's just another 19. That's fine. Looks like they actually did some work to make Superman different, so no issues there. Doomsday is so massive and so much work on that sculpt. Clearly just not a repaint of something. I think it's worth it too. I'm gonna just get the booster blue 2-pack. Yeah, Jokerized versions of Batman and the Joker. I'm gonna skip on them. Maybe Mr. J. Yeah, those are wacky figures. Kindred, I'm surprised that McFarlane has not done the Christopher Reeve Superman movies as a wave. You get Christopher Reeve Superman, General Zod, Lex Luthor, Ursa, and the Build-A-Figure can be 9. Yeah, jeez, I mean, that did it right there. I'm sold. Let's make that happen. And then maybe you could do like a gold label and have the Superman 3 evil Superman with the dirtier, darker Superman suit as a McFarlane Toys exclusive or Target exclusive. But that's a wave right there. And I kind of think we should get a Lois Lane, to get the whole lineup of the movies. But yeah, I'm down with that. Jay Woods. Mayfex Bane looks pretty good. So good. Let's take a look at this figure because I'm really excited about how this Joker turned out. And I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to deliver, but they did. And it is an amazing figure. Maybe try Bane as opposed to Bane. There we go. Let's pull this boy up here so everyone can take a look at this great Bane figure. This is on Entertainment Earth if you want to check it out. Really awesome looking sculpt. See the I am about to grab you Batman, and then I'm going to do terrible things to your back. But he looks nice and beefy, not too overly ridiculous. He looks like he's hopped up on Venom, but not so, he doesn't look so crazy with the sculpt, and I like that. And then we've got different expressions where he's a little bit more intense, focused, mad. And then there's a calm thinker. I'm strategizing. I figured out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Watch me wear him down. And then he's really amped up. Really great sculpting. He looks like he has fantastic articulation too, which might make this the most articulated and best version of Bane that we've gotten so far. And then we got the Venom Trail. I kind of wish they had done it where we had some color where we could see it turning green or whatever. That might have been kind of cool to add in there. But bam, there you go. That is the big shot breaking the bat. And I can't wait to do that with my Mayflex figures whenever I get them. Now he's tossing them so all the people in Gotham can see the broken bat. But yeah, that's a great looking figure. Can't wait to get that. I'm right there with you. It is awesome looking figure, Jay. Bert, what's going on? Or can I break them up by manufacturer like Sideshow Collectibles? Yeah, go for it. Put that list down there too. I want to see it. Kidder, I don't know how well or draw from the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Maybe it's a gold label. Yeah, I think maybe 2-pack of him and Lois. That would be fun. I guess Lana would make sense for Superman 3 too. Batman Sideshow figures are awesome, Bert. I'm with you. 86 from the 90s. I have awesome news for you if you have an Ollie's around you. Apparently, Ollie's has the 501st and the Death Troopers. So you can get them for $10 at Ollie's. I need to make haste to an Ollie's and just grab all of them because I need my Anakin Skywalker. Am I really going to kill these younglings going and doing his thing? I want so many of the 501st Clone Troopers. I want Yoda. Yeah. Updated figure for Obi-Wan and Anakin, Bail Organa, Padme, Dark Sidious would be awesome. Unlimited power. Absolutely. Afton Child. Really surprised McFarlane didn't do Michael Shannon's General Zod. I'm also surprised he didn't do Titan Show and Doom Patrol. He wasn't going to do Doom Patrol because he got canceled way too soon for him. Roberts, what's going on? Roberts Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? Tempted by that Bane. Give in to the temptation. Go for it. It's awesome. Jay, it's been mentioned elsewhere that veteran William from Fouray could be the fig of the year. I don't know that figure at all. Send me a link or post it in the comments so I can check it out. Kidger says Bane is a figure you have to make him big and bulky. I think this one's is big and bulky enough for me. I'm down for that one. Tom Finn, 2018, what's up? I really like that Alan Scott, and I'm sure I'll pick him up. But with McFarlane, a.k.a. the anti-team builder, who knows when we'll get another figure that's comparable with him. We got the Jay Garrick, who's close enough for me. I hope we get Mr. Terrific, so maybe, if nothing else, we can get the modern JSA or the Jeff Johns modern era JSA. And I feel like those are characters that are really easy to crank out. Wildcat's another one that makes a lot of sense because it could do classic blue JSA old version and then modern black. So that's easy repaint, just like Mattel did back in the day. Habanana Water. For DC, we need to finish the full animated Teen Titans, and for Marvel, I could use an irredeemable Ant-Man or some Ghost Rider villains to go with Orb. Okay. Miguel Perez, not a comment about figures, but what do you think of the new casting for Superman Legacy? I've been fan casting David since 2020. So yesterday on Lyle's Movie Files, that's our other channel that I do with my brother and some of our friends. We talked exclusively about that, basically. Like the whole first 40 minutes was talking about how we kind of like this cast and think at least these first two are really solid. And they actually looked the part, so I was really happy with that. So hopefully when the movies come out, they deliver, because they definitely need to do right by the fans on those. Bert, McFarlane Spawn figures are in a league of their own. Is that a good league or a bad one? Mayfex, Bane looks awesome, says Matthew Matson. It does. Very Planet veteran William looks amazing. Can't wait. I need to find this figure now. You guys are getting me all hyped up. Let me see here. Very Planet William. Let me see how easy this figure is to find. There we go. I see. It's a really nice looking figure. Let me see if I can pull it up so all of us can see. All right. Man, that's a nice looking figure there. Great sculpting, great detail. Looks very cool. So how many people actually have this guy in hand? I'm curious. Nice. Shotgun shells can pop right in there. That's an awesome looking figure. So these veteran Williams and all these other characters, is there more, or is this just the only one? Because that looks cool, and I like the fact that you actually take this trench coat off too. Really sharp looking knives. Oh, cool. Oh wow, it can come fully undressed too. So he can go, oh, this is Crocker in that line. Oh man, okay. Guys, I don't need y'all to be pushers and getting me into a whole new line. But yeah, that looks really cool. So I see what you're talking about here. Okay. To put that on the list. Robert's Infinite Realm says that veteran William is awesome looking. Also like the Gator from Foray. Yeah. I'm understanding what y'all are talking about now. Multiverse All Stars Superman, 86 from the 90s. We're gonna get him for sure. Wildcat. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, Henry G. I feel like if McFarlane is feeling like, hey, I'll do 4 members of the JSA, Wildcat would be one that he could do 2 versions of. Do a cheap and easy gold label, have the clean, pure version with the blue, and then have one with wraps from the modern-esque era where he's in all in black. Then you could do Stargirl. You could do Hour Man 3. I love this costume. Then let's see, Hawkgirl, because she didn't get her due when they were cranking out JSA figures. And then for the Build-A-Figure, I would do Joaquin Thunder and Thunderbolt, so we can finally get a Thunderbolt in this line or something. It's like wow to me. By the way, what's up, Jeff? How was your day? My day was awesome, Henry. How was yours? Hope you had a great Thursday, ready to go for Friday. Kidred, have I seen the trailer for My Adventures with Superman? They're saying that it looks like an anime. It does. I mean, I don't know if I'm excited about it. I mean, every time they start up something new with Superman or Batman nowadays, it's like, great, you guys love this. We're going to change it out. We're going to cancel and do something else. So I'm a little leery. James Green, 30 Seconds of Fury. Yes. That's right. You were there watching it with us last night. William says Abomination needs a bigger Marvel Legends figure. I agree with you. The ones that we have aren't quite as big or as bulky as I want. But oops, the Spawn figures are very good and easy to collect. And that's really one of the main things we need for all of our figures. James Green says, man, that veteran William. I have it on pre-order. Nice. I really want McFarlane to also do Kryptonian from Man of Steel and the Flash movie where Michael Keaton's Batman's fighting him. Kryptonian. Which Kryptonian are you talking? Oh, you're talking about the big guy? Yeah. Because he's not non. I guess he is non, but yeah. There are more of them. Yeah, see, y'all are messing me up. Don't do it to me. All right. So I got sidetracked, but now with everything on the line here, let's start off keeping it with some form of order. Let's go with our Marvel Legends top 5. You guys know for sure which one of mine I need to see done soon. It's I broke it down and I decided I'm not just gonna do Marvel Legends. I'm gonna go team specific. So there's squads. So maybe y'all want to have some time while I go over my list to break down which ones you all want to see. For me, I'm gonna start off with the X-Men. This was really easy. I mean, I just like which 5 would I want at this moment in time. I can switch this up, but let's go with what I got right now. Banshee, number 1. Got him in the blue. We got him in the yellow. Now I need classic green and yellow. Let's make him happen so I can have my complete, all new, all different, uncanny X-Men and kill off Thunderbird and have the team get ready for the arrival of Dark Phoenix. So he's number 1, no doubt. Number 2, Phoenix 2. That's Rachel Summers. So I can have that team, that 80s squad coming together, getting a little more of their team built. We have Shadowcat. We got Punk Rogue or Punk Storm. We need Punk version of Rogue. We got Colossus. Sorta, but we need him with the red and white attire. We got Wolverine, we got Nightcrawler, so we need more of those teams. And Rachel doubles down and finishes off Excalibur, so that's great, or at least the original lineup of Excalibur. Then I want Scalp Hunter because I need more Marauders. I've got Vertigo. We got Vertigo coming, or she's here. We've got Sabretooth. I need the leader of the team so I can start going down and killing off my Morlocks. But yeah, I need him to lead that group as we get more and more of the Marauders coming. I need another team just about complete. I need Jean Grey in her X Factor red and yellow attire. And, I'm pulling for Beast, but for right now, I got to put her in there. And last but not least, Armored Psylocke, getting real close to my Outback X-Men team getting completed. So I need to see her coming around in that armored attire. So then I'm moving on to the Fantastic Four. This is another easy group, another easy squad to come up with team with 5 characters that I want to see right away. And oddly enough, I don't have any Fantastic Four members themselves or proper FF members in here. This one's Wizard, the Trapster. That way I can have a complete Frightful Four. I wouldn't say no to a Medusa and Sandman in their classic looks. Maybe that's a really easy 4-pack, an Amazon exclusive, a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Make it happen. Hasbro, come on. And then I want Crystal. We got Triton, or we got Karnak, we got Black Bolt, we got Medusa. Let's get some more of those members of the Inhumans coming. And on that front, I also want Gorgon, so we can have a big one to go with them as well. And then my last one, because there's still so many left, Puppet Master. He's a character that's fun. Kind of waffle between him and Diablo, but let's just get both of them. But if I had to choose one, I'm going to go with Puppet Master because I think he has a really fun, really unique look. And then I decided, let's go to the Avengers. And for them, another easy couple early choices. Yellow Jacket. He's been the only incarnation of Hank that hadn't had a better version now. Got that great classic Ant-Man figure. Got the West Coast Avengers Red Scientist gear coming. We got the HasLab Giant Man en route. So Yellow Jacket is the biggest version of Hank Pym still to come. So hopefully Yellow Jacket will be here soon. Then Classic Falcon, definitely need him hanging around with the Avengers doing his thing there. Then Graviton, because I need more villains to fight this crew. Then Scourge Executioner, complete a bunch of my Masters of Evil team lineups. And then, even though I got this one, I need to have my classic original version of Wonder Man. Now let's see what you guys are talking about on the chat with Marvel Legends. I got G.I. Joe, I got Star Wars too, so we'll break them all down as we go along. But I know some of y'all mentioned your most wanted Marvel Legends. Let's see. That's a good question. Like for any collector, what is there that must have a figure of figures? Mine is the classic Jack Kirby and Stan Lee era Avengers comics. Vision, Wanda, Pietro, Wasp, and Kang. That's cool. I like that lineup. I mean, we still need a better version of Vision. Like, I've got this one, and I'm mostly happy with them right up until the point where I put him next to Captain America. And let me see here with my very proper scale measurement how much bigger this Captain America is from Vision. I mean, Vision should be at least as tall as Cap, wider, thicker. I mean, he's like the heavy hitter right next to Thor, Iron Man, Wonder Man, Warbird. He's right there. And the figures who got a Vision need improvement. So I would definitely get those. Great choices. All right, so let's see what else everybody else is talking about. All right. 86 from the 90s says for Marvel Legends, Kirby Cap, nice. Classic Falcon, agreed. Classic Wasp, classic She-Hulk. Yeah, she's another one I should have put on my Avengers list. Yellow Jacket, Triathlon, yes. And Warbird, yeah. Well, they did put out Warbird, so she's there. Maybe you want a different one, a better version, but I really like the one we have because it's like they weren't afraid to make Warbird look like a powerhouse, look like a woman. So that was cool with that figure. So let's see. Who else we got? Kendra says, okay, we got that one already. Sorry. Miguel, my top 5 figures for Marvel Legends I want made. OG Wasp, yep. She-Hulk, 80s classic suit, yes. Falcon's classic suit. A new Nightcrawler in his classic suit, not Spider Crawler, and new Magneto in his classic suit. Yeah, I felt like when Magneto came out, it was like, okay, it's pretty decent. But then the Mayfex one was like, yes, Marvel Legends, make a version that looks that good. So I'm with you. Definitely want to see a better version of Magneto, even though it hasn't been the proper amount of time to get a new one. I definitely want a better version than the one we have. Oh, wait, a classic Hulk. Yeah, that would be a good one too. Mason says Quicksilver in his classic green suit is my most wanted. Yeah. And with a scaled down head and then this hair with the points going up a little bit more prominently than that 3-pack. It's funny because we've gotten different, I don't know if it's better, but we got different, better colored versions of Scarlet Witch from that pack, but they haven't touched and given us a better version of Magneto. I feel like since then we've got better bulk mold or bulk bodies, better bulky molds that would fit better for Magneto. And Quicksilver definitely needs his green attire so we can have our old school Masters of Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Ooh, yes, the green Quicksilver. Yes. Ooh, Mason. Then it would probably be a new Kitty Pryde. Yeah. Yeah. She needs a better version. It was like really exciting. I was like, wait, why do you guys have the hair wrong and her sleeves should be puffier? What's happening? All right, Jay says, hey, Jeffrey, most wanted heroes. 70s Falcon, yep. Classic Adam Warlock, good choice. And Doc Samson, awesome. Villains Executioner, Man, Ape, and Atumba. I don't know why we don't have Rotuma. That one is still wild to me. It's like, come on, guys, what are we doing? Mason says a new Colossus, a new Banshee, yes, and classic Justice League Wally West. Definitely went Wally. And Bird says my most wanted figure would be a 3-0 Punisher figure. Gotta feel like he's coming along really soon because he's an obvious character for them. Kindred, also, you completed Puff Adder Build-A-Figure wave. And how's the Wonder Man figure? He looks cool. He's cool. I mean, I really like Wonder Man. And I think he is pretty scaled up. Well, he could just be a little bit wider, a little thicker. But you see from my very professional scaling, he looks pretty good. He's got the kind of articulation that I think would be just fine for him. So he's got the jacket and he can hit some really nice flying poses. I wish his neck joint would go up a little bit more so he could go up a little bit better with those flying poses. But he's really cool and very fun to have in the collection. Finally, Safari Jacket Wonder Man. I like him and I'm really happy with him. I need to finish building Puff Adder, but I'm pretty excited. I got Black Widow, Yelena on clearance at Target for $12.50. I keep waiting to see if the rest of them are dropping price, but so far no go. So hopefully the rest of them will still be around because they're disappearing from my targets at a rapid rate. All right, let's see here. What else did y'all say about Marvel Legends? Because I know it was going on for a minute. So let's see here. Did anybody else have anything on the Marvel? Here we go. Here's the Marvel Legends way they should do. Wesley Snipes Blade, yes. Thomas Jane Punisher, underrated Punisher movie. I like that one. It was really cool. I got to interview him talking about the movie, so that was really fun. And he was very cool. And I was kind of like, all right, Thomas Jane is going to be a big star, do some more cool stuff. And then he wasn't in any other movies. And I felt like his Punisher movie definitely could have warranted a sequel because they're just taking the Garth Ennis run and kind of having fun with it. But anyway. Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. Yep. USA 70s live action Spider-Man, 90s movie of Captain America and Lou Ferrigno Hulk. Yeah, I mean, that's a classic line. And then while you're messing around, we get that Thor from the Hulk movie and then Daredevil in the all black. So why not do the whole deal? 80s Kid says re-release the 20th Cap in lighter colors, no doubt. 80s Kid from the 90s says classic Falcon. Yes. And Nick Fury with the Vulcan mold. I would be down for that because that Bucky Cap mold works for the rest of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I have, but I'd like to see Nick Fury a little bit wider, a little bit thicker. So yeah, I think that would be a good choice. Oh yes, the Thomas Jane version of the Punisher Wesley Snipes Blade would be awesome. I agree. Fury could come with trench coat. As long as it's removable. I don't want him just stuck with the bulky rubber cone there that he can't do anything else with. William says, Taz from the 90s Hulk cartoon, please. He's a really interesting one because I'm not quite sure how they could make him look good as a figure. I know Toy Biz tried that way back in the day when they had that Hulk line. And let me just pull that up because that was one. I was like, okay, I think that figure's okay. But it looked a little bit weird when I actually had it in hand. And I was very excited, but I was like, I don't know if this is really getting a job done for me. And course, that one would be a super small window. But I'm not sure even now if Hasbro would be able to do a better version of Zaz than this one. Because this is, I mean, he's a big, bulky electrical character. And I'm not sure how they would make him look awesome in figure form. But yeah, he's a great Hulk villain. So I would love to see how they could make that happen. Mr. Cheeseburger. I think another re-release of Abomination would totally anger the fan base and cause boycott threats. I mean, they're already boycotting, right? But I think he could go with a bigger buck and not that super massive size as the Marvel Select one, but I think somewhere in between, maybe make him a deluxe figure where they could plus him out a little bit more, make him a little wider, but I would be okay with a new one for him. Jay Woods, originally I thought Hasbro's retro card concept was to re-release some older figs for new collectors. And that would have made sense. I don't know why. I guess they were kind of sort of doing that. And I was like, well, let's do this homage to the Toy Biz wave. And yeah, but it just kind of got weird. So I'd love to see them do it back for people who missed out on figures that they should have more figures for. Afton Child says, Deadpool movie Cable, Yellow Jacket, Wasp in her black suit. The black and yellow, because they did release her. Maybe you missed her, but really solid figure. Iron Man Mark III, Mark 42, movie Wolverine in his white T-shirt. I thought they released that one too. Ultron movie Crossbones, movie Giant Man, She-Hulk in her suit. Okay, those are cool for you. I think a lot of those on your list they actually have done though, because for sure I can't imagine they didn't do Wolverine uh in his tank top look. Mickey Rowe, what's going on? One day I would love to see a power down Colossus figure. He's never been made this way before. Dude, I'm with you because for me, that's the other half of Colossus. And he's such an interesting character because most of them are, I mean, it's like, okay, you got thing. It would be like if we only got Human Torch figures and never got a Johnny Storm. That's Colossus's default human look while he's chilling around. And we need that figure. I mean, I really that's definitely one of mine that I want to see coming down the road because that's half of his look in those classic Dave Cockrum, John Byrne, Chris Claremont era X-Men. I mean, it's like that half the time. So for sure, definitely want to see him in that. Ryan, Marvel Legends, Falcon, classic. I feel like classic Falcon is on everyone's list, our great consensus list. Classic Falcon, I think I can put him on there as a favorite for everybody. And he's made for sure our list. I don't think there are going to be another 5 characters that knock him out. Luke Cage, he is coming eventually, hopefully. I don't know what's taking so long for this pre-order. Number 3, naturally, Iron Fist for sure. 4, Wasp, classic. Number 5, She-Hulk, Fantastic Four. I would love if they made her outfit where they could do a very easy repaint. And I think her Avengers gear does that just fine, where it's just like purple here and blue FF logo there. Right there, the rest of her outfit's just white anyway. So, or white boots, white gloves, so no problem. Daniel, I'm not going to list my wish list. It's kind of more MCU stuff. I mean, put it out on there. Who cares? Throw it on there. I love to see it. I like comic book figures, but I'm connected more to the movies than comics. That's just me. Put your list down, man. We're talking about everything. It's all on the table. Roberts, Infinite Realm says Banshee. I think we put him on the list too. T-Bolt's Meteorite, nice. Rachel Summers, a really good Iceman. Seriously, I don't know why. Like they've done like 10 cracks at Iceman and still don't have one. And I'm like, yes, you finally got Iceman right. Fantastic Four, Sharon Ventura, She-Thing, and regular. That would be, now see, that would make for a really cool 2-pack where we could have her in her superpowered Miss Marvel look and powered up She-Thing. I like that idea. That would be really fun. Joe Neal, my Marvel Legends top 5. Wolfsbane, Feral, yes. Classic Boomerang, 90s Colossus with squared shoulders, bigger wrist gauntlets, different boots than 80th anniversary. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Colossus figures in this line since they did that one, because it really seems like we should have the shirtless one from his Outback era days, his 90s Jim Lee look, and it's like, come on, where are the rest of the Colossus? And of course, the Power Down look. And let's see Triathlon from the late 90s Avengers team. Yes, please. All right, so that's at least 2 votes for Triathlon, so maybe we can put him on there too. Northern Nomad, what up? What's going on? James Green, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Grey Hulk, Wolverine. I still don't know why we don't have Dan Ketch. That is boggling my mind. It's like, why is he not here? He should be up in his thing, and I don't know why we have not seen him at all so far. But it's really crazy to me, and I want to see why we haven't gotten Dan Ketch coming through anytime soon. All right, so let's see. Sorry. All right, 80s kid from the 90s started over again. He's going harder than. All right, he's got the full list down. Hulk, Classic Cap, Classic Falcon, Classic Wasp, Giant Man, Warbird, Triathlon, and Classic She-Hulk. Uncanny Wolverine, Blue Beast and Cyclops, Colossus, Magneto 2, Melter Scourge, and Abomination. Nice. Mike Powers would love us somehow, some way. Mayfex could make Backlash from Image Comics. That was a cool look. From Image Comics, along with Taboo, Grifters, well, I refuse to buy McFarlane stuff. Mayfex Hawkgirl would be sweet. Which version? Like the JLA comic book version or the animated Justice League look? And there's so many looks for Hawkgirl, because you have the classic Golden Age style with the red top. You have the Silver Age Justice League version with the yellow top. And then you've got the Justice Society version, modern era with the short hair, Kendra Saunders. So many looks for her. Third party Doomsday. I gotta assume that we're going to see a Mayfax Doomsday eventually. They've been doing the Reign of the Superman figures, and I feel like if they build a Mongol version just right, they can kind of tool in some of those parts to include for Doomsday, because I think they would kill literally with their Doomsday figure. That'd be awesome, and I'd love to see that. Jay Woods, any classic Marvel Comics fan would love a new Doc Samson. Take that new Hyperion and repaint it. Easy. Yes. He's in the other room. I just reviewed Hyperion in Dr. Spectrum. I like Dr. Spectrum more than I thought, except for the use of that old Bucky Cap mold. My figure came with a little warpy leg action, but otherwise, really fun, really cool. And Hyperion is a really great figure, too. Bert, I did hear a rumor about McFarlane Batman and Batmobile from Tim Burton's Batman coming out. It's not a rumor. McFarlane Toys, or Todd himself, said, "We've heard your demands. It is coming." They posted that last week on their fan channel, their social media. So for sure, that's coming. Not a rumor. It is facts and truth. 86 from the 90s also wants a Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man did have a figure. It's solid for Radioactive Man. I'm hoping it's not too expensive because it's a great figure. Thanks to me. Quicksilver, Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew desperately, badly needs new versions. Jay Wood says the Marvel Select Vision fits perfectly in my Marvel Legends display. That's funny because I think they've really done some great versions of Venom, and I don't need another take on them, but I'd love to see how your version shows up. You want a better version of Warbird? Do you want it on a different buck? Let me know. Excuse me. Jay Wood, Swordsman in the Mantis 2-pack. Yeah, and I need a Mantis in her Guardians of the Galaxy look. So let's get the Swordsman and Mantis look 2-pack out. Especially right now, this seems like a perfect year, perfect time frame to get that out because we're in the Avengers theme, and these would be two great characters to put in there. I'm curious, wondering if maybe Mantis would be part of that HasLab Avengers. Maybe she's a tier character because they're afraid to put her with bare feet and legs showing on a figure that would come out in retail in a box that you can't see anyway. But maybe she's a character they would throw in as one of the tiers. And would you guys be down for Mantis or Swordsman as tier figures in a potential Giant Man HasLab? Mickey Rowe with Fantastic Four. I would love to see a She-Hulk in her blue and white Fantastic Four suit from the 90s. Yeah, I mean, she was involved in some classic storylines, so I'd love to see her as a Fantastic Four member, put in that FF display, put it right there, and hopefully make sure that she matches the same blue and white as Reed and Sue and Johnny, because I don't need her in darker blue or lighter blue. That would mess everything up. Exact same shade of blue, and yeah, that'd be really good. 80s kids with me. Yes, the updated Vision. Jack Kirby, Black Panther. Now, what would you see different with the Black Panther? Showing his eyes or showing his skin through the mask holes? We want to see that for sure. Jim Brown. One, Jack of Hearts. I think I neglected last week to mention that I'm pretty sure that I read Jack of Hearts is coming. So that's great news because I love his costume. And then very quick, all too abbreviated, really good Jeff Johns run of Avengers. Jack of Hearts and Ant-Man had this like, I can't stand this dude. But it was really cool. It was a different dynamic. And I love that costume. It made for a really great figure. Stingray for sure. I mean, his costume's iconic. I can't think of a great Stingray story, but he's probably the best looking character that's never had a great story. Black Goliath, another great character. Star Fox, yeah. Falcon, all classic. Falcon is definitely going nowhere. He's on the list. He's etched in stone with Sharpie on our top 5 most wanted Marvel Legends. Classic Falcon. We've got all these different variations of him, but we definitely need a classic version of him now. So he's locked in, set. Jay Woods, simply Jack Kirby. Steve Ditko would be nice too. Yeah. And then I wonder how far they get into it. Will they do a Chris Claremont? Because he's definitely somebody whose ideas they're still using. That would be really great to see. Mr. Cheeseburger. Marvel Legends fans are not going to buy these figures unless they're absolutely perfect and comic book accurate. I don't think the execution would be good enough for fans to support this figure list. See, I think for me, as long as they're basically good enough, I'm going to say this is not perfect. But if the choice or the option is to never get this figure or get a figure that's not perfect, I'm going to go with getting a good figure. I mean, getting the figure. So, like with this Wonder Man, he didn't have bulky pants like legs. He wore basically spandex type, and it's like, yeah, come on, guys. Look at more images than the first one on Google. You'll see that he's just wearing spandex tights, and he should be as big and as broad as Captain America. So yeah, and a lot of times his collar flared and popped up, but the parts that are really good about this figure are good. First, I have the figure in hand, and we got the little jet packs here. You can see that properly. That's really great to see. I'm sure you won't be able to see, but you can actually see his eyes underneath those goggles, Eric. And that's really great. They've got the red ionic energy going. That's great attention to detail. Head sculpt's perfect. It really captures cocky. I'm happy. And sure, maybe his hair should be gray too, but besides that, really happy with this figure, and I'm excited to see him in my line. I'm glad to see they did Tiger better version. I feel like sometimes Hasbro will go, let's do this whack version and hope they don't care and complain. So I think a little healthy criticism, not just like Hasbro sucks, but like actually going, hey, this is wrong because of XYZ. Eventually, sometimes we get a better version. That's the one they probably should have released all along, but if we finally get it, I'm happy. Ditko VHS Spider-Man with baby toes. He's coming, I'm sure. Because any excuse to get more versions of Spider-Man, they will do it. 80s kid from the 90s also wants Absorbing Man. Yes, we need a better one of him alongside his thug buddies, the Wrecking Crew, his chain ball swinging pals, and all that good stuff. Shane Shooter, what's up? LMF, what's going on, buddy? What's topic? Top 5. I got you. Great. Bring them out. So we did Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. So that's on the table for you. Kendrick, Fox, Fantastic Four can be its own separate way. It would be Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, and Silver Surfer. Whew. Okay, so here's my thing. I love the Silver Surfer in the movie. And I really, really think they had the family dynamic down in those movies. I really love Mr. Fantastic. Jessica Alba was not quite cast great in those movies, but I think that Chris Evans kid, he has some really good potential. And I think if he finds the right agent, he could be a really big star in these Marvel movies. But yeah, I think Johnny Storm and the Thing would be great figures. I don't know if I really need the rest of them, but I definitely don't want Doctor Doom. I think they did a travesty to how great the character Doctor Doom is. I just wish whoever gets the Fantastic Four, whenever they do this, we just sit them in front and make them watch the full season of Fantastic Four, 94 series, second season, and just watch all the great Doctor Doom episodes. And then also watch any appearance of Doctor Doom on Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And go, that's the Doctor Doom you need to bring to your live action. Or put him down, make him read any Jack Kirby, Stan Lee version of Doctor Doom, John Byrne. Do that, and that way we'll get a great Doctor Doom to fight everybody in the MCU. Chad, what's going on? How are you today, brother? Daredevil, Charlie Cox, and Punisher John Bernthal re-released. Please do a 2-pack. That's interesting. Well, because they're going to have those Disney Plus shows, they're probably great candidates to see getting new figures. So that's probably not too far from reality and not something where it's like, oh, I hope, but they're never going to do it. I think there's a really strong chance you'll see those figures soon. Probably better than the original ones they put out in that Man-Thing wave. What's the name of the female character from the Incredible Hulk show from the 90s that looked like she hung out with the Toxic Crusader? I don't know. If you guys can help me out or help Kindred out, please let us know. William, Bobby's from the 2008 movie video game. Not the regular combo version? Interesting. Okay. Bucky. Yeah, we need Bucky. All right, Shane Shooter says top 5. Exodus. Wow, okay. Saint. AOA Nemesis. Yes. I'm kind of upset that they did some really cool Age of Apocalypse figures, and it's like nothing in the last couple years. Cable in the yellow and blue, and Threnody. Okay, nice. I like those choices. They're really different from what we've been doing, but I like your choices. Those are fun. Thank you, Henry G. Wolverine and Tank Top was an Amazon exclusive. I thought there was no way they were not going to put him out in a 2-pack or a figure or some kind, because I know so many of those X-Men lines they were doing as 2-packs, but I thought they did all the various looks of Wolverine when they got that license and were able to do them. Jay Woods, top 5. Rick Jones, Jarvis, Aunt May, Ben Grimm, and Donald Blake. You went hard with the civilian figures, but I would buy every one of them. And with the Ben Grimm, can I at least get a sticker that says Yancey Street Gang, kick me, so they can beat him up every time he goes around, or harass him. Bert says, I really want a good Kingpin figure, or a good Ultraman, or Shogun Warrior figures. Oh, okay. Shogun Warriors, that'd be fine. A good Kingpin figure. So you don't like the one they did the deluxe figure? I thought he was a really good Kingpin figure. I mean, he didn't need hyper articulation, but I thought they did a really good job with him. Let me see how fast I can pull him up. I don't really like that figure, but maybe you missed out on him. So let's see. There we go. And I got to take every time to show pictures from here. So this is my review of the retro Spider-Man Kingpin. But I really love this figure. I mean, his head sculpt is awesome. They've got all that battle damage. So after he's fighting Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil, got that look for him. And then he's really got some nice size to him. Good colors with the retro version, especially. And it's how he looks next to Spider-Man and Daredevil. He's kind of big, and I thought I was able to get some good articulation out of him from posing him around and having him beat up and beat down Daredevil and Spider-Man. And I thought this was a really good figure. Let me know what you didn't like about this one. I'm very curious, Bert. All right, we're going to get to the Star Wars soon, 80s kid. I'm not going to forget you. Mecha Hulk. Yes, Mecha Hulk. I don't know. I feel like Toy Biz is like, you're never going to do a better figure than this, Hasbro. And don't even bother trying. And so far, Hasbro's been like, you're right. We can't touch this figure. But I would love to see how they could engineer a figure, because the one thing about my Toy Biz Mecha Hulk is that Joker topples over anytime I don't have him leaned up against the back of the cabinet. Matthew says they've re-released 3 classic Falcons, and you can still get the latest version on discount. And I know they've done all these versions of Falcon, but they haven't done the Toy Biz version, that classic Avengers version of Falcon, which is so weird, because it's like, yes, you've gotten all these different versions, but not the one that I think so many of us want to see in figure line. Mr. Cheeseburger, we got to G.I. Joe yet? Soon. We are. Marvel Legends is pretty much dead and buried. G.I. Joe Lost, Cesspool, Darkline, Overlord, Super Trooper, Refrigerator Perry. I'd love to see the fridge in that line. The only Legends on my wish list, on my want list, is a classic Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Black Goliath, and classic comic Eric Killmonger. Well, those would be really cool to see. Let me see, because I feel like I'm sure I have this in my list of figures. I just have to pull up this album, see if I can track him down fast enough to show you all this render that we haven't seen anything else of Power Man. But yeah, he's coming. He's en route. Luke Cage is getting his classic figure eventually. Yeah, okay, I'll have to do that later. But yeah, he's coming. I just don't know why we haven't seen anything else. I'm assuming and hoping it's just because we haven't seen the render in the 2-pack with Iron Fist. But San Diego Comic-Con's coming, so hopefully very soon. Northern Nomad, thank you so much, man. I put the Mezco Iron Fist costume on the Marvel Legends All-Father Odin Iron Fist figure. Looks very good. Oh, man. Shoot me a picture. I would love to see what that looks like, because Mezco did some really cool figures of Marvel Legends or Marvel characters when they weren't like, let's just do some crazy wild design. And that All-Father Odin Iron Fist, that's the all-white one, right? I think that was that one. I wouldn't mind seeing a re-release with a better articulation, better body molds with that look, because that was a cool variant look. I want the green and yellow classic look first, but I wouldn't mind seeing an updated version of that yellow one. And please send me a picture of that version of yours, because that sounds like a cool custom. Kidred, I've seen the episodes of Junkyard Dog and Doink the Clown and Dark Side of the Ring. I like the Doink the Clown episode. I may not be a fan of wrestling, but I do like the show. It's funny because I've been going through watching old school stuff, so I've been watching a lot of Matt Bourne and World Class, and Junkyard Dog's about to be on his way out of WWF, but I like watching the old school classic stuff. I don't necessarily like this newer, these let's look back on all the lost legends and talk about how bad they were and all that stuff. But I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Mr. Cheeseburger, all right, let's see what we got on your list here. Swarm would be a great figure. That Toy Biz one was so much fun. To pull that up real fast for everybody who did not see that figure. That was really cool. And that was one of those. I'm trying to remember what store I found him at, but I was so happy to get Swarm. Like, yes, got him. And that's one of those deals where it's like you finally track down this figure you're looking for, and it's long before I had buddies that could help me out and say, "Hey, this figure's at such and such store." But yeah, Swarm was great, and that was back in the day where it's like, "Oh, look, this one has a really good story." Ugh, this is as good as the image I can get for it, but hopefully you guys can see it because Swarm was a great figure, and I know Hasbro would do such an awesome job with Swarm, getting all those little bugs and insects. That would look so cool. But yeah, I would definitely be down for him. Penance, another good figure. Black Tarantula, yeah, okay. Man Spider, which is weird because they did the 6-armed Spider-Man, and I thought for sure Man Spider was gonna be coming up really soon. Alistair Smythe, yeah. And I wonder if he'd be a character they would do like a deluxe. So we get the Spider Slayer and Alistair separate or together. That'd be kind of fun. Like your list. That was fun. Ocean Muse 888. What's up? What's going on? Okay. Daniel says, I really want a re-release of Yondu and Ego from the MCU and the Loki from way back then. That's a good figure, too. What's up, Blake? Just arrived. Hey, all. Did anyone say Enchantress and Executioner? A big one. Yes, I did. So we're going to put him into our top 5. And several of us have said Executioner. And Classic Falcon with deep V-neck. Yeah, he's for sure on the list. Doc Samson is another one that's gained a lot of steam. I think Doc Samson's probably on the list now. So I think we're looking at for sure Falcon Classic, Doc Samson, Executioner, Iron Fist, he's another one that's been really popular on the list. And Power Man Luke Cage, but we know he's coming. I think we're still trying to figure out who our number 5 character is. Modern Thor and Bleeding Edge Iron Man. Maybe. I think they can see him. Hazard Merits. I see, but please not Swordsman. He deserves a regular release. And I would love whenever they get around to Swordsman, that they give us a cocky smile version, so that can be the villain version fighting Hawkeye and Cap's kooky quartet, and then one with like a more nervous, more anxious looking head sculpt, so we can have the Avengers. I'm not sure if I'm great enough, and I don't know if I'm good enough for Manus. That way we could have the different looks of Swordsman, because I definitely want to have him as a villain too. Exotic Carfax official channel says, I'm still salty about the Goblin Queen. I think a lot of us are just sprinkling along here like, come on. Yeah, for sure. Ben the Bunker, what's going on? I won a Jack Kirby figure. We got Stan Lee. And I'm kind of curious if that's because of the MCU connection. It was like, oh, here we can release it that way. But I feel like a lot of old school fans would totally buy an entire wave of Marvel creators. Maybe they do the vaunted bullpen as a build-a set for them. Like we have Jack Kirby, we have John Romita Jr., we have John Byrne, John Buscema, so many other characters, so many other great creators, Jim Shooter, Chris Claremont, and just have it all set up where they're working together. Like, oh yeah, I don't know. I would be down for it. I'm wondering how many of you all would too. Tom Fenton, they're hesitant to do hula skirt Manus. That doesn't bode well for an updated Shanna. Yeah, she's going to be a Pulse exclusive, and she's going to be wearing a one piece. Kindred, I wouldn't mind a Black Panther figure showing skin around the eye holes. Be a neat little detail. Yeah, because, I was thinking we got that long stretch to pull them out here. We got that great Thor. We got the Captain America in that Alex Ross style. And Alex Ross always does Black Panther, where you can see the eyes there, a little skin around his eyes. So I wondered, it was kind of like, all right, let's do some more of those Alex Ross inspired figures. But we haven't gotten any more, and hopefully we'll still get that. But I'd love to see that version too. Panther's classic look with the cape. I think we just sort of kind of got that, but yeah. Power Down Beast and Colossus. Thank you, Blake. Now, Power Down Colossus is joining this. Mickey Rowe, I think, was right there with me. We need a Power Down Colossus. Wrecking Crew for the 10th time. Yes, ringing the bell for a classic scale down Wrecking Crew. Right there with you, man. Ocean Views 888. Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they could just do a whole kind of like geez, we're getting into the Star Wars Black Series. They're doing Jon Favreau. They're doing all these different creators. Why not do those guys too? Dave Filoni, we got George Lucas. It'd be really nice to have like a side setting, even if they just had to make them $27.99 exclusives on Hasbro Pulse. I think there's a market for those guys who put together all of these blocks from Marvel and all the years of comics that we enjoyed, and now the movies that we're enjoying. I think that would be really cool. Then from the bunker, I prefer the green suit Wonder Man. Yes, I would too. I want that figure. I want the whole round of great Wonder Man costumes. I definitely want that one from back in the days too. Bert, I want a classic Voltron, the one with the vehicles. We still haven't gotten him, have we? Kendrick, isn't Green Suit Wonder Man from his first appearance of Avengers 9? Yes, because I have a reprint of Avengers number 9. Yes, it is. And that one is the one with the W because they believed in, hey, got to make sure we have some visual representation of the character's name. See the A on Captain America for that time frame for character design. Heinrich Zemo. Yes, I was trying to think, is it Helmet or is it Heinrich? But yeah, definitely want him for sure. Mr. Cheeseburger, thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate the dialogue, the back and forth is great stuff. You have more faith in Marvel Legends fans than I. Well, I mean, I think I have more faith in Hasbro's ability to put out figures that are good enough that even the most disgruntled, diehard, anti-Marvel Legends fan will be like, okay, I'll buy it just to hate buy. But I'm hoping we get some more of these figures, man. Anything from the Kang Dynasty era, yes. Airwalker. Mike drops says Blake. You know, I'm not gonna be upset with Airwalker. I mean, because they started down this path of all of these great Galactus heralds. So Airwalker should get made, and you know, there's still a lot of those heralds to uncover and make new figures of. So I'd be down for Airwalker for sure. That Wonder Man is the version I first saw when Scarlet Witch was possessed on Wendigo on. What is that? Wendigo Mountain, right? Awesome story was. And that costume is really fun. And yeah, I just love that look for him. Todd Jones. Excuse me. Water went way down the wrong way. Scalp Hunter, Grey Crow is easily my most wanted right now. Is Grey Crow Scalp Hunter's name? Because when I stopped reading X-Men, they didn't have his name, but Scalp Hunter is so awesome. And I would love if they did like some little deals with his setup to have removable ammo packs that you could plug into his guns. I know we see a lot of that with the G.I. Joe Classified series line, but if they could do that with him and his figure, that'd be great. Ben from the bunker says it will never release another Punisher figure. I really hope that's not true, but I'm a little worried because as much like Mr. Cheeseburger doesn't have faith in Marvel Legends fans, I'm not sure if I have a whole ton of faith in Marvel Comics with some of their decisions they're making. But yeah, I'm hoping that's not true. But sheesh. Todd, thank you. Okay, so Grey Crow is Scalp Hunter's name. Okay. He was a highlight of the best recent X-Men book, Hellions Plus. He's part of the Marauders. He's the leader of the Marauders, sending them into action, and I will take a whole box set of the Marauders. Give me Harpoon, Arclight, Scalp Hunter, Prism, Riptide. Give me, oh man, what's my guy's name? Oh man, I'm blanking on his name. I'll remember it later on, but I want all the Blockbuster too. I need all of the Marauders. Ooh, Johnny C. Dyer says some of the characters from the X-Men 2099 comics would be neat, especially Halloween Jack. All right, so those are fun characters that would make for really great Marvel Legend figures. Scroll them up real fast because I'm sure a lot of you all probably don't remember that iconic team from back in the day when 2099 seems so far away. And I was like, wait a second. I mean, it's still a few days away, but it's like, whoa. It's not as unimaginable as it seemed back in the day. All right, let's see if I can pull up this image so you all can see it better. Yes, here we go. Here is X-Men 2099. And really cool designs for these guys, and they would make for really fun figures. And for sure, they'd be a great set, but I'm gonna need them to do more of those if they start going into 2099 territory. Those would be fun. Oops. Digital Diarrhea says Punisher 2099 for sure. There's a whole subset that they could do with the 2099 characters where if they focused on them just for a little bit, maybe just from box sets. Because I feel like they've decided box sets are a better way for them to go with characters. And I think they could just knock out a few more of those, maybe Doctor Doom, a Ghost Rider 2099 set, or Doctor Doom Punisher set. Those would be fun. Mercy from Hulk Ultimate Destruction, says William. Okay. Kendrick, have they done most of Daredevil villains like Bullseye, Kingpin, and Elektra and Build-A-Figure still, man? Yes, but we still need a Gladiator. We need the Owl. We need a better version of Mr. Hyde. So there's still enough characters, Mr. Fear. There's enough characters from Daredevil to do a whole wave of Daredevil focused characters. They could do Garrett as well. Afterchild. I want a 12-inch Wasp in her black and yellow suit. It's turning giant. I really want a 12-inch yellow jacket. I can do the one scene in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 when I'm fighting him best boss. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't mind either of them in giant form, but I need a whole lot of other giant characters first. Ocean Views. Killmonger and Baku with a new Panther 3-pack would be awesome. It would be. I mean, if they had to just do it too, which one would you take out? But yeah, I'd be down for that one. Robert's Infinite Realms just looked up that Kingpin. He's pretty pricey right now. Of course he is. He's too good a figure to just sit around and be cheap. He's not even going to be a figure we're going to find in Ollie's for $9.99. Man, hopefully they can re-release him because I don't know if they need to improve that figure, but it's really good. And it sucks for people who can't get a really good figure because the secondary market's decided. Let's charge all the money for him. So let's add him to that list of lost legends that they could put out for sure. Jay Wood says, army builders like Doombots, the Moloids, Alpha Primates. Yes, we need more humans to fight them. And I guess we have the Fantastic Four. Kree soldiers, mindless ones. Yes. Let's get them all. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, man. Humbug from Spider-Man. I'm going to have to look up Humbug. Humbug, you got me. I need to check him out and see who it is. James Green, I heard Power Town may be doing a JYD figure. I'd love to do that. And listen, I did try to set up something with Steve to get a new interview to talk about Power Town, what they got coming up. He's really busy, a little swamped right now. So I'm hoping to line him up for late August, early September. So if you got questions, I'll put it in a community post so you guys ask your questions so I can hopefully pass them on to Steve and get some answers for y'all. And Chance from the early McFarlane Spider-Man. I wondered if Chance would be a character. Yeah, Chance was fun. Would be a character like Eric Larson's Cardiac, where they won't use him because of licensing ties with McFarlane. We know he's not going to sign off. 80s Kid from the 90s says Spider-Man movie wave, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Green Goblin, Battle Damage Spider-Man, and Mary Jane. I don't know. I mean, I think that would sell, but they're already starting to do those characters. We've got that Spider-Man, and Battle Damage would be cool, but I don't know if they would think it's worth it because they'd have to tool the Battle Damage, and I don't know, maybe they do a whole line of Battle Damage Spider-Man because he certainly gets beat up enough. Hey, Jeff, you should look up Roger Delgado from Doctor Who and then Zod from Spider-Man 2. I kid you not, they look the same. I want to write that down or keep the chat so I can check that out for sure. Video Man. Another Spider-Man is Amazing Friends building. I just watched that like during the pandemic and I was like, wow, they did some crazy stuff. But yeah, that would be a fun figure. Moving to Spider-Man Osborn, Doc Ock. All right. I think Doc Ock, well, I think he's coming too from the No Way Home line. So he should be coming for you on that end too. Bert, I would like a good Gambit or the Blob figures, or even a good Juggernaut figure. How about a Hulk versus Wolverine? What would you do with the Hulk versus Wolverine? Because they did a 2-pack of them and really like both figures from that set. Let me know if you didn't get it. A good Gambit. Yeah, I feel like we're close to a really good Gambit, and I still want the Age of Apocalypse one too, so for sure. And did you not order the Blob figure that's out now? Because he's available. I thought. Let me see. I know Entertainment Earth had him as a figure coming up in their pre-orders, but I thought they did a great job with this Blob. Did you not see this one? Because it was pretty cool. Got a little quiet, somber look. Like somebody just told him the buffet is closed, but he looks pretty cool. And I love this. Put it in my belly expression. And I've seen a lot of great poses with him with the rest of the Freedom Force / Brotherhood of Evil Mutants too. But I think that's a really good figure. Let me know if you haven't been able to track him down. What about a Marvel Legends figure of Puma? They did do a Marvel Legends figure of Puma. And it was a really great figure. And I really was impressed with him. And he was a character I'm like, okay, whatever. But he was an awesome looking figure, great sculpt. There you go. So you can actually see him. And he was so much fun to pose. He's got really great posability because of the mold they used for him. He can fight off. So let's see, which wave was this? This is ironically the Kingpin wave. So yeah, there you go. But I thought they did an awesome, awesome job with this. The head sculpt looks awesome. Got the little fang necklace rocking. And then the feathers showing off his heritage. I thought they did a really good job with this Puma figure. So I'm sure he's super expensive now, if Kingpin is as well. But if you can track him down, go for it. It's a really fun figure. Jim Brown, Female Avengers, Moondragon, yes. Mantis, She-Hulk, yes. Wasp, first appearance. Wasp, George Perez, asymmetrical costume. He did so many cool versions of Wasp. Wasp's outfit. Wasp is such a weird character name to say when you're referring to her in secondary sense. But yeah, I love all those choices. And I was just reading these last issues from the early 200s where Moondragon is basically a villain, making them go to different planets and taking them over and making Thor her lover. Wild stuff back in the day. Kindred, they should do a re-release of Thanos' Black Order from Infinity War. Those guys are expensive now. Yeah. Well, Entertainment Earth has Thanos, and I know he is expensive, so maybe they put them back out. I know we've seen some Hasbro Pulse exclusive figures come back, and some exclusives from other retailers get back out there. So hopefully we get another crack at those guys too. Dominique Smith, I love these choices. Let There Be Carnage. The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Andrew, yeah. Ultimate Venom. Comic America Chavez. I'm surprised we haven't seen her since we've done the movie version. And I kind of think that within a year of a character showing up in the movie, we should see their comic book version. But yeah, she's definitely one too. Ironheart, pink and black costume. Yeah. That's more of her champions look, so for sure for that. Eric the Red, yes, please. The Landra, yeah. I need more of my characters from that Cockrum, Byrne, Claremont run of X-Men. So those two, absolutely. Evan Peters, Quicksilver, yeah. I don't know what the deal is with that figure too. Ace Kid's wrapping up his movie Spider-Man set. Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man, Spider-Venom, Sandman, Venom, and Harry Osborn Goblin. And Todd Jones, Puma got a figure 4 years ago. Okay, I knew it wasn't that long, but yeah. Kitchen says, I'm surprised Funko's not unveiled the Secret Invasion Pops yet. The show is out, and there's no merch for Secret Invasion. Well, we got that Marvel Legends, Talos, and Nick Fury. They look pretty good. All right. 86 from the 90s says, Amazing Spider-Man, Gwen, Officer Stacy, and Lizard. I loved Officer Stacy in that movie, but I did not like the design of the Lizard. As soon as he took off the lab coat, I'm like, you got him right there. Why are you doing that? It looks like a dinosaur. Make a Liefeld figure, but with no feet. This is not real. Well, we've got to have a Liefeld figure. We've got to have the dainty feet that serve as the base to connect it on, because otherwise you won't be able to stand and pose it whatsoever. But yeah, that's funny. River the Bunker says, good Misty Knight. Yeah, because the one we have is so bad. She's definitely in need for a redo, better, superior, updated figure. Wolfsbane, yes. Number 3, Isaiah Bradley. 4, Comic Book America Chavez. That's another vote for America. And 5, Robbie Reyes. Yeah. Carl, build a figure Wendigo or 3-pack with Hulk and Wolverine and plenty of Bath bodies. Yeah, they do. I'm surprised we haven't seen other versions of them. Or even the Snowbird from Alpha Flight with her all white Sasquatch look. Todd Moonstar, Mirage from a few years ago is a Wolfsbane figure, and Karma. Yeah, but she's a New Mutant one, and that was that modern version. And I don't understand why they went with that when they didn't do the classic New Mutants look. Because I feel like if they had done those figures and that look, I'd be really happy with the New Mutants and just say, all right, now Cypher and now all these other characters, Liliana. So I would love those two. Kindred, I have heard that they might have the guy to play Black Manta from the Aquaman movie to play. No, is he? No, I think he is. Yeah, he is the same one. Yes. I was trying to think, like, wait a second. Have they also done Eric Williams Reaper? Yes, they have. Pull that figure up. I think I did a review of him. He could use a better body because when they did him, he had a really too bulky one. This was back in 2015, so you have to forgive my old photography skills. I was still working on him back then. But yeah, so here's what he looks like. Old layout. This is what it looked like against the Bucky Cap, Black Panther, and the Marvel Legends Toy Biz face off Captain America. That body really could use a superior figure at this point. This is a Toy Biz Visions. This is how long ago this figure was when most of my comparisons were against Toy Biz and not Hasbro Marvel Legends figures. But yeah, they have done him. Kwame Taylor says, yeah, just give me any X-Men and complete teams. And I feel like that should be their goal now. Robert's Infinite Realms. I really love a Doom 2099. That was a great look for Doom. I agree. That was a fun costume. Silver Sable, they have done. She needs a better figure, so I'm with you. Eduardo, what's going on? Hello. How about the Dale Keown or even the Gary Frank version of the Smart Hulk? Yes. I mean, it's funny because I still have that Smart Hulk on my shelf, and I'm wondering if Hasbro is going to top it. But I love those Toy Biz versions of Smart Hulk. The only thing that was missing were the fuzzy bunny slippers. Maybe that would be a cool little variant that they add into, or another accessory they add in if Hasbro were to tackle that figure. Ocean View says, Isaiah Bradley, Killmonger, Mandarin, Nihilus, and Atuma. Yes, yeah, okay. Atuma's starting to get some steam. People want to see him get into this line too. I'm with you. Randall, what's up? Spider-Man, Mary Jane, wedding cover 2-pack. Oh, that would be a fun set. Because I know when that came out, I was like, wow, Spider-Man's getting married. What a cool, yeah, I would like that set. The Woke Coast Avengers, that would be a very progressive team. The West Coast Avengers, Green Wonder Man. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. Simonson Armored Thor, yes, definitely one that needs to get done. DC Multiverse, Classic Earth 2 Robin, Batman, and Huntress. That'd be a fun 3-pack if they want to go that route. Kwame, 2099. It's just like Cell Shaded or Age of Apocalypse, meaning those are too deep to get them all. But it's funny because I feel like with 2-packs, they could knock out most of the 2099 characters, but their attention span on team completion is kind of lacking. I still feel like, all right, where's the rest of the Squadron Supreme of America? There's really 2 viable characters. Are you going to announce that 2-pack soon? Ooh. Eduardo also says, we also need the champion. That would be a really cool one. And the Grandmaster while we're at it. Bert says, how about a 2-pack from the Batman vs. the Predator comic books? I mean, NECA did those, right? Yeah, they did that. Wasn't it Predator and Batman that they did? I thought so. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, it's Predator. I made the really dumb decision to look at the Amazon price for it. It's a little bit expensive, guys. Not too cheap. But yeah, that's what they gave us. It was a 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which is why it's now you can get it for a very low price of only $207 and $671 shipping. So don't want to leave out that. That's expensive. Scarecrow and Blackout from the Ghost Rider movie video game. William, those are cool choices. And Doom would need to have the soft goods cape. I feel like we could get that at this point because that would be a good one to have. Skew Raider, Marvel Legends, Namorita first and second, blue version. Yeah, that'd be fun. Rest of the New Warriors for sure. Jock, Alpine, Big Glob, Jinx, Storm Shadow version 2, and all of them. Way to get all of them in there. Parapex. Help me out with the name. I think it's Parapex. I want more Iron Man animated characters, Sentry, Mandarin, Whiplash, etc. Also give us more Punisher Rogues. The thing with Punisher Rogues is they don't last long. But yeah, I love to get those animated versions of Mandarin. Sentry is a really fun design character. He'd be cool to get in there. And Whiplash, absolutely. I don't know why we haven't gotten Whiplash. He's another character. Got the movie version, still no comic book one. And we do different versions of them too. Randall, the 1980s Squadron Supreme lineup. Love that Nighthawk design. Dr. Druid, Star Fox, Marvel Legends, Nikita Koloff, or Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Yeah, are you talking about WWE Legends? Because I for sure want both of them. And I want all the versions of Nikita Koloff and Dr. Death, Steve Williams, the UWF, longer, bushier hair, Varsity Club, short hair, and then I'm hanging out with my guy, Bam Bam Gordy. Blake, Mole Man and Annihilus are sorely missing from the Marvel Legends line. A Giganto playset would be very cool. Now, Giganto would be a pretty interesting and worthwhile HasLab. I'm sure it would not fun, but that would be a good use for the HasLab scale and use and cost. But man, Mole Man, absolutely. I'm wondering if Hasbro is kind of keeping a lot of these Fantastic Four characters in the queue for whenever we get this movie. I think it was set now for 2026, so they can put out a comic book wave where we can get a lot of these overdue characters like Mole Man, Diablo, Puppet Master, Mole Man, so many characters, Alicia. Yeah, there's a lot of characters in the FF that I'm just wondering if they're kind of holding serve like, all right, we'll get to them soon. But yeah, we definitely need those. And Annihilus definitely needs a new figure. Blake, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm happy. I'm about to get that Dragonfly pre-order, about to put that in tomorrow and get it so I can help the push, the cause to get Glenda the Good Witch funded and moving on to tier 3. Afterchild. I want a Daredevil, Deadpool movie wave 1 and 2 before the third film. Same thing for Venom because I really want a movie version of Carnage. I don't know if you're going to. I don't think those sold well enough that they think there's much of a demand. I know Hot Toys did one, but I don't know if you're going to get Marvel Legends versions. Into Me Snob said movie Venom was on sale on Walmart app under $20 the other day. Nice. Hopefully some of you guys are able to get it. VLSR Sierra 7117, maybe Burnham with the same Puma Jackal body. That's a good call. Yeah, Burnham would be a fun figure. Into Me Snob says, I would love an official Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. release. Like from the show, because I would take a box set of those guys, especially Ward, Grant Ward, Heel Ward, and Trip, and Mac, and Yo-Yo, the whole gang. I want them all. Original Defenders 5-pack. And we got a really good Doctor Strange. Got a pretty good Silver Surfer. And I don't know what they could do to make the Namor figure better. We've got a really good Hulk. We do for sure need a better Valkyrie. So who would you put in that 5-pack, Randall? VLR Sierra said, my most wanted character to be made in figure form is Stingray. We need him for our Avengers display, and he only makes a quick appearance, but I love Armor Wars. Yeah, maybe that's another character they would kind of sync up whenever Secret Wars or Armor Wars comes out in theaters. Maybe they save him for that, but he's a character that has such a great look. I'm wondering if the wings are throwing them off because it's like, maybe they'd adapt the Super 7 technique with the Silverhawks where the arms detach and we have the wings spread because he's a character you just give him, he doesn't need to do anything else, just maybe his arms rotate up and down, but maybe that's the way they could do it. Ooh, Stickman. I would love a Balder the Brave from J. Michael Straczynski's Thor run. I'm curious, I've forgotten how he looked in that, but I need a Balder anyway, so yeah, we can take several versions of him. Marvel Now Captain America. Yeah, we probably should get that figure. Marvin says, I want the Warriors 3. Marvin, I'm with you. I don't know why we haven't gotten those guys. I feel like Thor's whole corner needs a lot more love in Marvel Legends form. And a 3-pack of those guys would be great. A dedicated Thor wave with Volstagg being the Build-A-Figure would be fine too. But yeah, for sure. Parapex. Alistair Smythe animated Spider-Man. He's a character that I think for sure they would put in one of these VHS 2-packs. Maybe with we got her. Maybe Flash Thompson. Happy Accident. I have zero must-haves for Marvel Legends at this point, but I would love a Liefeld set. It has to be spot on. Feet, fists, sausage fists, screaming tiny mouth, teeny black eyes, muscles upon muscles, and I cannot believe you forgot pouches upon pouches upon pouches and big guns for absolutely no reason. Kindred, Hasbro needs to do a werewolf from Werewolf by Night and a Dracula from Tomb of Dracula figures, but from the 70s, it's a 2-pack. I take the whole 4-pack that Toy Biz did in Marvel Legends Hasbro form, but yeah, those would be great characters too. Green Man, I really hope they knock it out of them. I really hope they knock it out of the park. If Multiverse ever gets the classic Wonder Woman, yes, the soups have been so rough. Crazy that Action Comics 1000 Spider-Man from Wave 1 is still their best one. I'm with you. Absolutely. And it is wild. That's my default Superman. Glenn Jackson, classic Crimson Dynamo, for sure. Green Man, I got the Jocasta body and swap parts of the Silver Sable. Made her really good. Hey, send me a picture. I'd love to see how that turned out. Bert, how about a Doc Samson figure? Yes, for sure. I want him, need him. I don't know why we haven't gotten him either. Excuse me, Kadrian, I'm getting tired of waiting for the Loki season 2 trailer. Pretty sure a lot of people are tired of waiting. Same can be said for season 2 of What If. Even if X-Men 97, even X-Men 97 trailer. Well, right now they got Secret Invasion and they don't want to trip over their own stuff. So right now I just gonna have to patiently wait for Secret Invasion to wrap up. Then we'll probably see the Loki season 2 trailer. Eduardo, Durok the Demolisher. Anyone who can snap the Silver Surfer's board deserves a figure. I can't argue with that. And Silver Surfer needs more villains anyway. Todd Jones, I think that Grim Reaper was a debut of a new body that was really good for the time. It was, but it certainly could stand for an update now. I mean, we got in a new Hyperion mold. Grim Reaper could stand a new body, and he's a great villain. And I think they could do some cooler things now in 2023, 2024, 2025, whenever they get around to him. Adrian Peeper, my most wanted Marvel Legends is Superior Spider-Man. Oh man, I hope you're able to get that one when they put it out because it was a really fun figure. Heinrich Zemo, Madeline Pryor, Mephisto, Cyclops, Phoenix Force, and the Maker. Oh, the Maker. I really want to see Heinrich Zemo. I think he's getting into our top 5 as well. Madeline Pryor. Do you want to see Goblin Queen or do you want to see Madeline with the flight jumpsuit? Why did my husband leave me for that redheaded, dead, crazy chick? Yeah, Mephisto for sure. And I'm curious if they would just do a Phoenix Force box set because I think that would make more sense for him as opposed to making us wait years for the rest of the Phoenix Prime. With Disney Plus, will they ever release the Roger Corman Fantastic Four? They probably should just to make good use of that format, especially with the writer's strike and they're going to be running out of shows to put on there. Classic Daryl, we'd better get an updated version of him. I love Power Town and made the question mark. NWA Power. RIP. No. He's not gone, is he? He's terrible. Modern Luke Cage and Iron Fist for sure. And Graviton. Yeah, I definitely want him. All right, let's see. I want to get to all the Marvel Legends before I go to another line. So let me go through real fast. The channel. What's going on? Sentry from ForceWorks. Working on custom now. I feel like he's going to be a character that you're going to get your custom done before they do. Exodus, yep, sure. Graviton, Count Nefarious is coming. Are you talking about? Well, he's coming. We don't know which version. We don't know if he's coming in the superhero or supervillain suit, the monocle version. No one has, but we probably get the monocle version. And they were like, no, give us the supervillain cape version, the anti-Superman look. Scarecrow, nice. And classic Ghost from Iron Man. Yeah, those would be great characters too. Speaking of Marvel now, we still need a lot of those characters and costumes from Hickman's Avengers run. Hyperion in his blue gold suit. Was it blue? I thought it was black. Armor and Hulk, etc. Yeah, that was the thing. And it was like, are you guys going to really commit to this? Because really fun run, and that's definitely a moment in Avengers time. That'd be something that would like to see done during this Beyond Earth's Mightiest, so they cover all the different eras in time frames of the Avengers. I wouldn't mind seeing a Papa Zemo. Yes. Todd Jones says the channel Exodus has been really high profile recently. I'd be surprised if we don't get him soon. That would be great. I'd love to see him. Mr. Cheeseburger, what do you think about the Jonathan Majors case? Have you been following it? Oh, absolutely. It's been a contemporary Emmett Till type feel to it. Sounds like things are turning the corner for Jonathan Majors, which is good news if you appreciated what he did in Ant-Man Quantumania. I think he's a really good actor, so I hope everything is working out the way it's supposed to and that justice will be served the right way. So, yeah. The Mongoose. He had a knockdown drag-out fight with Thor, didn't lose. For the name alone, the Mongoose needs to get a figure. Randall's with me. I'd like to see the release of the last 3 OG X Factor characters. Angel, Jean Grey, Beast, including non-blue Beast. Yes. Now, I mean, we could do a 3-pack of them. And that way, we could do. See if we do a 3-pack. Well, see if we can do a 3-pack and then still release Jean in her red and yellow attire, and Beast in his brown and yellow attire, and then we get Angel. But then we still need Cyclops in his blue and yellow to match the rest of them. So I don't know. I would love to get both versions of X Factor, the original ones. And I wouldn't even be mad at getting Caliban in his pink and white flight suit look too. All right, great. So now I think we have gone through all of our, Marvel Legends wish list. So now let's open it up. Let's go to G.I. Joe classified series. I know some of you all have been putting in the comments who you want to see. I'm gonna go with mine real fast. I want Doc. I need Doc. You know, we were waiting to see in this HasLab who the other tier was. We know for sure Airborne is not going to be the final tier figure, but they did announce that he's coming. So with Airborne announced, Doc, I definitely need, so I can have riding in my Dragonfly with Wild Bill. I need Alpine to join Bazooka, to join Quick Kick, and to, oh yeah, topple Cobra headquarters with just a Yodel. And then I also want Torch, wrap up the original Dreadnoks, Flash, another original 13 character, and they got the laser gun now, sculpted with Glinda, so he's got to be on the horizon. And then, because he's always forgotten, and I don't want to forget him, Xandar. So we get the 3 Zartan and his siblings trio. We get the original 3 Dreadnoks, so we got 6 Dreadnoks, causing havoc and mayhem against the Joes. Now let me go back and see if I can go and remember everybody who put your top 3 G.I. Joes on the list. And if you have it, which classified series Joes do you guys want to see? Okay, let's see. There we go. I'm at the top. Let's see if we can find, your G.I. Joe top 5. I know I've already seen Alpine for some of you all, and I'm glad to see I'm not alone in wanting Alpine to join my collection and join the cause. Of course, I said, oh yeah, I saw those G.I. Joe ones, but now I don't see them. So if you have G.I. Joes, put them in the chat so I can break or comment on your choices and tell you why your opinion is awesome and valued and definitely necessary here in this chat. All right. Great. Thank you all. I knew I could count on you. You did not let me down. All right, so first up, Classic Duke says 80s kid from the 90s. Yeah. Well, they said that the G.I. Joe team during their fan roundtable panel said the retro series is doing well. They're very happy. They want to get it out to more people. I'm assuming that means not just a Walmart exclusive, so that would be good. Target would definitely stock that really well, and I don't think we'd have this whole, hey, they're finally stocked in Walmart for a week. So yeah, classic retro Duke seems like a no-brainer. Flint would be another great choice for that line too. He's somebody that could use an updated version. Surprised, I think a few of us did mention that Firefly wasn't in the retro line since his new figure is a retro design. So yeah, for sure. Ryan Daly, let's hear your top 5, man. Classic Scarlet, yeah, for sure. We're gonna get her. They tooled the body up with Glenda now, so we know that's for sure coming. Snake Eyes with the 2 swords. Talking about the two big butcher knives that he had stored away and then harnessed in the front. Digital Diarrhea, Sherlock and Classify, more women of color. She would be great. And we also had Dawn in there too. Is there anybody else that we could add in? Because I feel like Larry Hama gave us some new female characters, which is great. But yeah, Sherlock's cool. I love to see that. You know, he's got the Misty Knight thing with the cybernetic arm. And I like her design. I think that's a really cool, feels like a classic look for a G.I. Joe created in modern times. So I would love to see the Classified Series team get to her sooner than like 5 or 6 years down the road. All right, Ryan, here you go. Well, man, you're going to be really happy. Mutton Junkyard has been announced. They're coming. Doc, we're still waiting on. Tripwire also has been announced. He's pipeline. I assume since we didn't see him this month, he's going to be one of those renders that we see come San Diego Comic-Con. Alpine's another one we're waiting on, and Airborne has been confirmed. So 3 of your top 5 are coming. That's awesome. I wish I had a hit rate like that. Legion of Doom from Super Friends. You have to love those guys too. I have all of my DC classic figures. They're arranged in their Legion of Doom hangout squad. So I had them together. Eduardo says ambush. I was watching, I don't know why I do this to myself, but I was watching the Deke G.I. Joe cartoon, and Ambush was on there with Pathfinder, and he has a great design. And I'm like, why am I watching this cartoon? It's just not good. But I just want to hear that got to get tough. Yo, Joe. So yeah, Ambush would be great. Doc for sure. Alpine and any of the original 13. I'm with you on that. I love your list. VLR Sierra 117 says, with Hasbro getting close to updating all the Toy Biz baths and even updating some of the early ones, with Captain Marvel 2 coming soon, I wonder how likely an updated Brood Queen bath is. I would like to see them just do a deluxe set, which would be a really great army builder, where they do just a bunch of broods, just 2-pack of broods, and then make a super deluxe like they did with Mojo of the Brood Queen. I don't know if they would put enough work into a bath now of the Brood Queen, but a 2-pack of broods and then a deluxe Brood Queen, that sounds like the way to go. Happy Accident, Raptor, Thrasher, Sci-Fi, really good choices. Digital Diarrhea, Sherlock, Dawn, Wetsuit. Excuse me. Yeah, Wetsuit would be, based on what they've done with the Eels and what they've done with Torpedo, Wetsuit's probably, going to have a really, really great design, and he's going to be a fun figure whenever they get around to him. Randall, all right, Doc, Zap. There was this one panel in the comic book early on where he had to make this 1 of a million shot, and he shoots his bazooka, and he actually says Zap. I was like, that's so cool. Clutch, yes, my man Clutch. Short Fuse, Flash, Billy, yes, and Blowtorch. I was a rumor that I thought that Blowtorch was coming, but nothing on that front so far. But I'd love to see his color scheme with the rest of these classified series figures. Ryan, I know all of them are coming eventually, so I just put the top 5 on with the most, regardless of whether they've been confirmed or not. Yeah, well, I'm really excited about those figures coming, and really happy to see them coming to the line. 80s hits from the 90s. Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. Yo, Joe, Mr. Cheeseburger, you made it to G.I. Joe. Super Trooper, fine. Darklon, Overlord, Fridge, and Cesspool. We have Zorana, so yeah. So with Cesspool and Slice and Dice hopefully soon coming, we have that later stage of Cobra's hierarchy. I mean, a Fridge would be such a great figure. I mean, we got Sergeant Slaughter and Fridge with that big mallet football. That's a crazy accessory. He'd be a fun addition to the line, and somebody else to fight Big Boa. And then why don't we just go all the way and get a Sly Stallone figure, Rocky character into the line while we're at it? Overlord has such a great design with that big helmet. Or is that, oh shoot, which one am I talking about? Overlord has a big helmet, but Darklon's the one I'm thinking about with the really big, massive helmet. I'd love to see their vehicles in the line too. Those would be really fun. Ryan Daly says, I think the worst kept secret is Duke, Scarlet, and Cobra Commander are coming on retro cards next year. I didn't know about Cobra Commander, so that's good news. So you leaked the secret to me. But Duke and Scarlet for sure. Can't wait to see them. Wait, who's Raptor? He sounds cool. He's cool because he's so ridiculous with his look. And this was the era where a lot of hardcore purist G.I. Joe fans are like, you guys have gone too ridiculous. These designs of characters don't blend in with my line that started off with a guy in a mask and another one, another mask, and his chest is just showing because he's so awesome. I'm trying to get you just the full look of him. Raptor's costume is just really outstanding, and he's just a bizarre looking character. But Larry Hama was able to find a way to make him work. This is courtesy of 3D Joe's. Check them out for all your cool G.I. Joe pictures and images. This dude has a Raptor helmet, cow piece. He's the Raptor trainer. And in the issue of G.I. Joe where he was prominently featured, he and his birds attack the Joes. They track them because they take the camouflage. It's so absurd, but even more absurd that it's an awesome story. We see the armored Cobra Commander make his debut as well. Raptor is just wild. He's got a cape of feathers. I mean, this whole look is wild, but it makes sense in G.I. Joe land, and I definitely want a figure of him. So yeah, let's get Raptor in the line. Afton Child says G.I. Joe Retaliation, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow, and Jinx in yellow suit. I always liked her in the red. I don't know what happened to make her the yellow suit, I guess because of the Red Ninjas, but I like her red outfit. Ooh, more fun choices for Mr. Cheeseburger. bench press, salvo, repeater, free fall, bullhorn, mat tracker. I still want a mass wave. I don't know what happened there. Stickman, Storm Shadow version 2, Chuckles, Lifeline. Yeah, I know we got the version 3 Storm Shadow, so we still need version 2 of him. Chuckles and Lifeline would be great. What are you doing? That was my Chuckles impersonation as I was tossing the missile without saying an entire word from the whole movie. Kendra to Lady J were from the Sunbow cartoon. I don't know if we're going to get another Lady J unless they two-pack her with my guy Flit. Bert says top 5 Joes. The Viper, here to wipe your windows. Crimson Guard. They've got Crimson Guard. They've got Cobra Eel coming. Firefly's here, and so is Scrap Iron. Now, those just your favorites in general? Because all of yours are covered. Channel, Sci-Fi, Tracker with a blow-up raft. I like Tracker's look. In his file card, they made him sound even better because they made it sound like Spirit and Snake Eyes had a little bit of time tracking him down. But he made for a really great and sensible deluxe figure where we could probably put in maybe 1 or 2 other characters and that blow up raft with him. And Techno Viper, another cool Viper. Yo, Joe! Eduardo, Raptor, yeah. Torch, Monkey Wrench, yes. Spearhead and Max, for sure. I love both of those. Or all 4 of those choices. Raptor, Torch, Monkey Wrench, Spearhead, Max. Yeah, I'm not going to count Max as a separate character. He's got to be packed in there with Spearhead. VLR Sierra says with the inevitable classic Scarlet, classic retro Duke should be not too far. I'm also praying we get that HasLab Cobra Commander with an updated Cobra logo. Ryan said that looks like it's coming down, so I trust in Ryan, so we should be getting both of them. Also, I know it's probably highly unlikely, but a hooded Cobra Commander would be dope. Yes, I still don't understand what the deal is with that. Is Marvel Legends on Captain Marvel yet or no? Yes. Just not that long ago, actually. There is classic Captain Marvel. I hate the hair sculpt though. I wish it was more 70s style, but that's what he looked like. So yeah, you want to see more, you can check on the site. I did a full breakdown of the figure. Top 5 non-Cobra figures. Low Light, Lifeline, Airtight, Wetsuit, Big Ben. The Low Light's coming, so I know you must be happy about that. The rest of them we're still waiting on. I'm hoping we see Airtight soon. Mr. Cheeseburger says Crystal Ball for sure. Quinn, Dr. Venom, Red Jackal, Baron Iron. Oh man, you went hard with the other ones. That's cool. Those are 2 really fun choices. They would make for fun characters and great additions. But I definitely want Quinn and Dr. Venom. You know, we haven't seen a lot of like, hey, let's do some different style 2-packs. But Quinn and Dr. Venom seems like a no-brainer. And definitely a shout out to comic book heads. Those would be great. Eduardo says Iceberg, Frostbite, General Flag. 2, 3 good choices there as well. Intimate Snob, but they re-release a BAF, that's all. It'll be with no updated engineering. Okay. Happy Accident. Bonus picks. Fast Draw, Darklon, Heat Viper, Annihilator. Yeah, those are really fun too. And the Heat Viper, really absurd costume and thinking like 1 bullet takes him out. But yeah, I love to see Heat Viper. The Annihilators had a really cool design as well. Afton Child wants to see a Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe Retaliation. I guess they're kind of going through Cobra Commander outfits, so maybe that's not too far off. Olu says Slice. Yes. No dice. No dice. Oh, man. All right. So we got Slice. We got Dojo. Nunchuck is coming. We saw him with these releases just yesterday. Tijinzu, I think that's the one with the blonde ponytail, if I'm remembering correctly. And Color Change Storm Shadow. Let me see if I can pull up Nunchuck just in case you missed him yesterday, because he looks really cool, and I'm very happy that he's joining the line. And even though I don't know why we got 2 green ninjas back to back, there's Nunchuck, and he looks really cool. And I think the figure looks great, and get to see the rest of the Ninja Force, sadly, even though I'm not like, oh, these are my top 5 Joes I want to see next. And to me, Snob says there was supposed to be an Arctic Scarlet with a pet saber-tooth tiger. That's interesting. Are you talking about from the Real American Hero line or coming up in the Classified Series line? Only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe, says Mr. Cheeseburger. Dice, yes, okay. I was like, oh no, how are we just getting sliced? I mean, that is like one of the duos of G.I. Joe Cobra mythos, and I can't think of one without the other. Iron Grenadiers. Yeah, when they start going down that path, I'm gonna be really hyped up and excited because their designs are awesome. Destro with the popping gold helmet, the cape, the whole look. Voltar, all his crew. Randall, here's another five. Ace, Jinx, Big Love, Chuckles, and Leatherneck. Gotta get Leatherneck. Eddie Skip wants to talk about Star Wars figures yet. Well, we'll get to them right soon. But yeah, since you asked, we'll get to them soon. VLR Sierra says, do you think the Vamp would be too big for a regular retail release? Or would Hasbro go the HasLab route? They cannot. Well, no, I think they absolutely have to figure out a way to get the Vamp to retail or at least the Pulse without HasLab because of the repaint reuses, so they can get their money back on that mold. The Dragonfly, I'm sure they could tire force it up if they really needed to, but I don't know if they could get people to double dip with different color combinations like they can on, say, the Ram Cycle. Hey, here's a Tiger Force version of it. We've read there's rumors of the Trouble Bubble coming to Target as a Python Patrol version. So the Vamp has three options: the default regular version, you got the Vamp 2, the tan look. They could even re-release Clutch with the tan outfit. I think he had that in the cartoon anyway. And then you can get the Stinger from Cobra. So there's three different versions of that. So if for whatever reason they can't get that to work in retail, they would have to put it on Pulse and not the HasLab route because they can get their money back on that. Look, here's a missile rack on top. Here's your Vamp 2. Here it is in black with a missile rack. Here's your Stinger. So with so many options, they don't have to go, oh, we can't get this out, and there's no way to get the money back on this mold. There is definitely money to do that several times over. If they can't make a classified fridge figure, maybe Hasbro can salvage what's left of the starting lineup contract and draft Steph, LeBron, and Luka onto the Joes. John Morant might lean Cobra. I think he's going to have a lot of time to get recruited by Cobra Commander and join this team. John Morant with blue and red colors in his hair. LFIV says, that's a cool avatar. Wolverine with the Wolverines. Joe Alpine, Blowtorch, Starduster, Super Trooper, and Matt Tracker, since he has a G.I. Joe in the 2000s. I know a lot of y'all are saying Matt Tracker, but I am then immediately going to start demanding more 6-inch mass figures and all their vehicles. So I have to have my restraint and not ask for Matt Tracker because they're going to go too far and I'm going to want all the mass figures in 6-inch form and then want the vehicles and they're going to be expensive. It's just going to be a massive rabbit hole. Kidder said my top 5 in classified line are Lady J from the cartoon, Classic Scarlet, Mainframe, Version 2 Storm Shadow, and Wrath. Yeah, it's a character from the comics I learned about. He looks cool. I need to do a top 10 post Real American Hero era figures that would be really great additions. Wrath would for sure be one of those characters. Eduardo says Quinn, Joe Colton, blonde cover girl with the Wolverine HasLab. I'm really hoping they don't make the Wolverine a HasLab. I'm seeing a lot of 3D designers making Wolverines, and I feel like just from those looks, we don't need to go the HasLab route for the Wolverine. And just like the Vamp, I think that's another one they can repurpose to make some other vehicles just using a base for the Wolverine. So hopefully they don't need to go that route. Randall, Joe Colton, and Jane 2-pack, another good one. Cutter, Hardmaster, and Softmaster, Resolute Duke. I like that Resolute Duke outfit. I think that would be a great variant down the road for Duke. But I love these 2-packs. And would you have the Hardmaster with the blindfold as well? And then would you have Softmaster working the convenience store? And then maybe Snake Eyes with the fedora and the trench coat hanging in and like a spare Uzi. And his accessory would be a whole box of guns? I don't know. I'm going too far in the comic books, but I love those ideas. Those would be fun. Bert, October Guard. Yes. Bring them all. Bring them on. A whole set of those guys. Iron Grenadiers, Darkline, Destro, Rocky Balboa, General Austin going hard with it. Nice. Fitness Frank, what's up, my man? Glad to see you here as always. Digital Diarrhea. That nunchuck was 100 times better than I anticipated. I was about to put another 0 on there because that figure actually makes me want Nunchuck. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't need him. I read that we're going to see an Arctic version of Nunchuck, and that could be kind of cool with his colors, giving Snowjob some backup because he's going to need it with those Arctic bats, those Arctic vipers, or whatever else we got coming in there, the snow serpents. So he's going to need some help. Intimacy Stop. Thank you so much. Must have Joe. Heavy duty. Yes, for sure. Must have Marvel Hawkeye. Got Hawkeye coming with that Sky Sled. So we've got him coming. Intimacy Snob says, I want to thank too. Desert Fox and Rage Tank. Those are good. I saw those, just watching those in the cartoon. So yeah, they'll be fine. We need a heavy duty. Eddie's get the refresh the trademark on his name. Oh, so they can do heavy duty again, or they have to call him something else? Because I feel like that Cobra Island Roadblock was basically heavy duty. They had just done the vest and the goggles, the glasses, the whole look. And of course, that to the back, showing how edgy and cool and hip he is. Quinn would be good. Quinn would be awesome. The General Flag, yes. All that old school comic book love to see it. Eduardo in the original file card arts, Gung Ho's mustache was really unique and different. Sometimes it was drawn that way in the comic as well. Yes. I love hearing from all you comic book heads. We've never gotten a Gung Ho figure with that look. That would be a nice variant for him. Top 5 Marvel Legends. Rom, Deathhead, yes. Diarays, Nightwatch, Sharon Rogers from Marvel Future Fight. Yes. All right. This is 10:01. Let's go into Star Wars. What's your top 5 Star Wars figures from the Black Series line that you guys want to see? I'll go real fast. As we wind this bad boy down, Palpatine, no idea why we don't have him from his Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith look. Yoda from his Clone Wars look. Again, why do we not have him in there? Then I also want Super Battle Droids to finally come. I want an army builder set of battle droids so I can amass a quick army of them quickly as opposed to buying $27 battle droids. So that's 4. And I want Dr. Aphra's droids in another 2-pack. Who do you guys want to see? '80s Kid says Captain Antilles and Rebel Fleet Trooper. Those would be good. I can see those guys in there too. You've been waiting I've been waiting a long time for this. No, we're saying that. I'm reading you, hearing Count Dooku. So let me know if you were there too. Darth Revan and Bastilla Shan. Were they announced? I thought we were getting some announcements on those characters. It's weird, but yeah, those would be fine. I really thought Bastilla was coming. Let me check real fast. Yes, she is. And she's in stock, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. She is coming to Hasbro Pulse in July. So after Child you wanted her, she's coming. $24.99, July 12th, so you can get her. That's good news. I want a season 4 Cad Bane. Yeah. I want so many Clone Wars characters. All right. Intimacy Snob, I want a Rancor and Troika. Yeah. What's up with the Rancor, Hasbro? Kindred. They need to do updates on Revenge of the Sith, Anakin, and Obi-Wan with better faces and articulation and pinless. Absolutely. I really don't understand why we don't have better versions from the best movie in the prequel series. Dirge. Yeah. He's got a great design. Clone Wars for sure. Blake, Hammerhead 6-inch, but a retro Kenner version like they did with the Amazon Greedo and a blue One Piece. That would be great. And I really don't understand what's going on with the Black Series team because they have so many great options on the table. And it's like, let's stick to the same 20 characters where we, the 6-inch Black Series collectors, would buy so many instead of just looking envious at all the vintage collection collectors who have so many great options. And a re-release of Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes, he should be in the Archive series because I missed out on him and he's ridiculously expensive. Updated Jango Fett for sure. Mr. Cheeseburger says Arcan Thexan, I think I'm saying that right. Darth Bane, Darth Plagueis, and Barriss Offee. Barriss for sure. And you want Barriss and her, oh yeah, I've already turned, or her, you guys don't know anything yet. Or her, I'm just a Padawan hanging out with my girl Ahsoka. I think I'd want all the different versions of her. The Fitness Frank asked, does anyone know if they will catch up the pinless tech and better articulation with Black Series? We can only hope. I mean, they do some figures well, like the Clone Wars, Darth Maul, and the Ahsoka figure. Those are really well articulated figures. And then there are others where it's like, why are we still using this old outdated articulation? So I just need a little bit more consistency on their articulation. Eduardo says all the weird aliens, like Hammerhead, Mama Nodon, or I don't know, blinking on his name, but the Hammerhead, who was part of the Jedi, who was fighting to keep Chancellor Palpatine safe and sound. Ryan says, I just started collecting Black Series, so these are the 5 I want that have already been released. Jaina Solo, One Jack, Ned B, L337, K2SO. I like droids. I mean, that's part of the fun with Star Wars, right? Updated Phantom Menace Maul, really good choice. Shah G, yep. There's so many characters in Star Wars that we still need the first figure or better one. And you know the Star Wars team likes to re-release characters. I don't know what's going on. Also, 2 packs of Snaggletooth, short red one and tall blue one. Yeah, man. Those are weird that we don't have those figures. Let me see if I can pull up real fast because I did get those really great figures from the fine folks at Hasbro. Let me see if I can at least pull up a few of them because they did they showed us some new figures, and as always, like, okay, cool, what do we got? And I'm not really sure there's that super demand for some of these characters, but we got them. So let me pull up here this Darth Vader Duels End. This is from Kenobi, and figure looks like a pretty decent one-off Darth Vader if you really wanted a one-off Darth Vader with this look. But here you go. Pull this up real fast so you guys can see it. This is the final duel or last duel Darth Vader from the Black Series. He's coming. This is a really unique look for Darth Vader. And like I said, I don't know if I need it, but it's a cool looking figure. And that definitely looks unique, but you can only really use it in that one moment where he just got the piss beat out. I guess you could put him with Ahsoka too and have 2 different looks for this, but has really great design, really great detail. You see the lightsaber just taking that nice shard out of his mask. I guess that may be rock damage too. I'm trying to remember where he got all that battle damage from. But yeah, that's a pretty cool looking Darth Vader. I don't know if I need it, especially considering all the different things that we could get from this line. Ventress from the 2D cartoon. We did get a Ventress. I'm trying to remember. I thought that was the version we got. But you're right. We got the the 3D CGI version. VL Sierra says it's properly scaled General Grievous. There's a Bandai model kit. That's up there in price now, so an updated Black Series would be cool. And I always have to catch myself when I'm reading BS for Black Series, like, wait, no, we like this. But yeah, I have that new one, so, or the re-release of the Black Series Grievous. He's gonna have to do it in a pinch, but the Bandai Series one definitely looks more intimidating, more imposing. Han Solo and Carbonite. They did release that figure, and I don't know how much he is now, but they definitely released it. Jason Solo, Anakin Solo, Joseph Both, yes, and Talon Card. I don't even know how excited I would be if they released Jorus, because I'm like, whoa, finally, I can have my whole Heir to the Empire set complete. After Child, Captain Rex, Captain Fordu, Captain Wolf, Captain Howitzer, and then let me take a look since I started here with the other release today from Hasbro, and this will be very helpful to all of you army builders such as myself. We can finally get some more editions, better versions of Clone Troopers. With Captain Appo, he's coming as well to the line. I'll show you that picture. So this is the new clone body. So this is pretty cool. This is from Kenobi. You see in the corner, hey, it's time to go gun down some younglings. But this is basically what we've gotten so far already. But I can never have enough of these guys going down to help Anakin as he's doing his thing. And he's trying to complete his destiny so he can save his loved one. Here's all the accessories he comes with. Really nice head sculpt. Take that mask off or helmet off, and good paint damage detail. So that's cool. I really like the look. It's $27.99 though, so I'm not really loving that price point. Hopefully when they go on sale, I can stock up. And to me, Snob, one more aliens and creatures that blows my mind is the sci-fi franchise, but most fans care more about troopers than humans. I feel like if they did like here's an alien, here's a creature, here's a robot, here's a droid, here's an army builder, that would be a five-figure wave, no problem. But for some reason, it's here's a slightly different version of a character you've already had 10 figures of. So I don't know what the deal is. Updated Bestman Luke for sure. I need him absolutely. Lobot and Cloud City officers, yes. In their vehicle that they rode in. Ryan, others I want that I don't think have been made yet. The other Knights of Ren and the weirdos from Maz Kanata's castle, especially the Crimson Corsair. Yeah, they're weird with what they're not putting out. R5D4. Do I not thought we have R5 coming? I thought. Plo Koon maybe, and I would like to see a weapons case with figures like they did with the 3 3/4 inch. Yeah, the Knights of Ren are a good call by you, Ryan. Yeah, at least they should finish off a cool looking group. But the 90s, Dark Horse Tales of the Jedi comics. Nomi Sunrider. Oleg Queldroma. Queldroma. Tot Donata, and XR Kun. Apologies all around if I butchered the pronunciation. I bet people want the Max Rebo on Black Series. They should. I hope Battle Damage Vader in the Black Series not going to be a store exclusive because I will not be happy. Let me check that release from Hasbro. These are going to be exclusive at Target. So hopefully you have a Target and that exclusive is not an issue for you. But yeah, they're going to need to do that. Hopefully so everybody can get them. All right, well, fellas, thank you all for hanging out with me. As always, there's no more Yojo June, so I won't have any Tuesday lives popping off unless something crazy and major comes up. But I'll be doing more lives as usual and another round of reviews and videos coming up. If you missed the Mutant Mayhem Turtles, I did those. I really liked them. I thought they were a lot of fun. And they did the Squadron Supreme, Hyperion, and Dr. Spectrum. So you can check those out over on Lyle's Movie Files. And as always, on Wednesdays, I'll be back with the crew talking about movies, pop culture, all that good stuff. On Lyle's Movie Files, we do that at Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, 8:10, depending on how fast I can round everybody up. I'll be back here as always Thursday for another live talking about Lyle's Figure Files. And that's it for me. So let me know other things you want to hear me talk about or just break down, open up to discussion for the rest of the group in the chat. For now, that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you as always for tuning in and watching. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been